an update on the button. This has been more complicated than what I thought. So my machine is a Shark Euro Pro X, but it is a model 384 on the side of the machine. Now, this machine came with a buttonhole foot and also has a buttonhole setting. I'm not using it. Can't figure it out. I don't have this machine I bought, like, was purchased new for me for Christmas, like over a decade ago. It's been a very long time. I have the original instructions. I don't know where they're at. So I looked up instructions online. Can't figure it out. But I've got a way around it. I have it set on a stitch length of 1. It's just a little bit below 1. I'll show you guys. This is my sewing machine. It is supposed to have this, and it has the buttonhole foot. I'm not using it because this is it, and I've looked up the manual. I can't figure it out. So anyway, this is what I did. I did a trial run with my machine. I have got my regular presser foot on, and I have set the stitch width to between 0 and 1. I have it on stitch A, which is this one. This is a regular straight stitch, and if you lengthen it out, it does zigzag stitches. But I've got it on stitch 1. The stitch length is between 0 and 1, and I've got the this is the length between stitches. So I've got it on 1, so it's barely moving. All right, I have already done a trial run here on my. So this, I've done a couple of trial runs. This one, I got a little, so I wasn't straight there with walking the stitch down. But I think this is going to work if I can keep my stitches straight. This first one was pretty straight. If I can keep the second one straight, I'll have a functional buttonhole. That's my goal. Now I'm going to do it on the dress fabric. And we're going to see if this works. I have marked where my buttons began and stopped. So I've done this on both sides. And I'm going to stitch it in a rectangle. So after my test run, this is the first buttonhole. It is not that great. Like, it's not beautiful. But look at the second one. Oh, the second one's beautiful. So I used just a stitch. And I just did a rectangle, stitched around. And I went over, back and forth, back and forth. I've got to cut this and then sew the buttons on, and the dress is pretty much done. That's it. I'll have to wash it again just for everything to set, and then I'll iron it again. But this first one's almost done. I'm going to show y'all I'm really proud of this second buttonhole. So this is the first buttonhole. It's really ugly, okay? Or wait a minute, is that the second buttonhole? I don't know, but anyway, the button goes through it. This isn't, so it'll work, all right? This is my second buttonhole. Look. And then it should cover it. That's so great. Now I got the last thing. I've still got to finish the interfacing because I don't want ravelings. Everything else is done now. Except I'm going to go, and I've marked where my buttons go, and I'm going to go sew on my buttons. I'm going to use the pink thread that matches everything else, and I'll show you the finished product. I'm so glad we're almost done with this dress. So I threaded my needle. I'm not going to show you me thread the needle. It was real rough, but I got it. It's the pink thread. But these are Sewing Susan gold eye needles that came, I bought these from an auction. So these are gold eye, and I just picked a hand sewing needle. I don't really know. These are not from the store today. So back in the day, and there's no date on it, but this looks really vintage. Look at these people. This is like from the 50s or 60s. So this was 98 cents back in the day for 49 of these needles. So it came from an auction. I bought a sewing kit because I love to do stuff. So I always like to have stuff on hand. And then the trim that I used for my niece's dress and the maroon trimmer on the bottom all came from that. So I'm just going to take my button. I'm going to line it up on the front. And then actually my thread, I'm just going to run through the back. And I already knotted it pretty well on the back. Just going to pull it up, run it through one of the eyes. And I'm probably going to go through it 5 times. I don't really know what the regular, what you're regularly supposed to do. But I like my stuff to be solid. So I like to line it up. We're going to keep it neat. And I don't want it to come off of there. So I'm just going to go through it. Probably, like I said, about 5 times. And it's only a 2-hole button. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. It's great. I'm so glad this is almost done. I'm so proud. This is the first thing that I've made, not for me or my sister. At least I think so. I don't think I've made anybody else anything. So this is the first clothes other than a bucket hat that I've made for myself or my niece or my nephew. I have sewn skirts and stuff in the past and dresses, but they were not anywhere near as good as this. This, I think, is the best. And even though it's rough. Like, it is not seamstress quality at all. So I think I've done more than 5 times, but that looks real good, sturdy and strong. It's on there. It's not loose. So I'm gonna, and I could watch this video, I guess, to see how long I took to, or how many stitches I did. I'll probably watch it to do the same. So I want everything to be symmetrical. So just take it through, pull it tight, pull that knot through tight, but then I'm going to pull it through again and do that. Then I'm going to do it probably twice more just to make sure it's knotted really well and it's not going to come off. And where my little niece is running around being 3 years old, she's going to turn 3 the 14th of March, which is exciting. But so she doesn't rip any of the buttons off or anything like that. So tighten that one, and tighten it down again. All right, I'm going to get the next one on and we'll show you the product. So the dress is done. I'm so excited. I need to wash it. It needs to be ironed flat, but it is done as far as sewing. It's done. We got little pockets, trim along the bottom to cover up the whoopsies, but it's done. Little cute yellow buttons, and I did my buttonholes, and they look okay. And then what I did, I went around the interfacing, did a zigzag stitch so it won't be fraying everywhere. And the last thing I had to do was get up in here and sew the interfacing under the arms. Did a little stitch there and a little stitch on the other side so it holds it down. But that's it. The Simplicity little cute swing dress. You could do with pockets, without pockets. It could be with applique, without. This, I think it's cute. I think it's really cute, and I'm so proud it's done. But I would like to get to where I don't have to do this, and it could just have been this without the trim. So that's where so practice makes perfect. This was the test run. I'm hoping to do it again, and a sneak peek. I'm going to show you the fabric I have to make another one. I love this fabric. Before I do that, just to show you real quick, this is the back. How cute is that? Little gingham print with fruits on it. I'm trying to look where those bananas look like dirt because I really obsess about that. Every time I see it in the yellow, it looks like dirt. But I don't think there's any on the back with the banana end in the yellow. No, it doesn't look like it. So the front, now on the front I know there is because I've seen it. And I'm like, is that dirt? But no, it's not dirt. Where are they at? I know they're on here. But where this banana end ends in a yellow square, it looks like dirt. I know they're on here. But I don't see any right now. I'll see one later and then not be able to show y'all. But it's in a previous video. But it stresses me out because I'm like, oh, it's dirt. It's not dirt. It's the banana. But I'm so proud of it. This is the material that I'm so proud of. Look at these bees. This is cute. And then for pockets or applique, I think we got this gray. But then I have this flamingo as well. But here's the other 2 patterns I have. I have a Simplicity. Looks like this. You could do all of these things. And it goes up to a size 4. And then I have this one. It's a Simplicity pattern. And you could do all of these things. So with the little cap sleeves, without the little cap sleeves, with a tie, without a tie. I'm not really for sure which one I want to do next. But my next project is going to be to make a vest for my nephew. That's my next project. Oh, I'm so glad that one's done. What a relief it is.